It's sometimes referred to as the Super Bowl of high school football. And what's significant about that is that there's never been a Super Bowl without a Big 33 player in it.
Welcome back to the Lead Lamp Podcast. This week we have Garry and Nicole from the Big 33 Football Network?
Classic.
Sorry. Mm-hmm. Thank you for joining. I know you guys have a big, busy week. This is probably crunch week for you, where you're also like, oh shoot, we got to get this done. We got to do that. But yeah, this is the week for you guys. So I grew up following Big 33 football just because I'm local to the area and I love football. Mm-hmm. So it was always fun for me when it would come around. So I'm excited to talk to you guys a little bit about what goes behind the scenes and some history of Big 33. So welcome on the show.
Well,
thanks for having us. Yeah. We appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't know who wants to start out. If you want to kind of just go through like what the Big 33 does, what it is, kind of history in the area.
Well, I'll tell you what, both Nicole and I, we got our little niches how we can.
I'll let you tag
what we talk about.
Right.
She's real good on the intricate things, and I'm just kind of general.
You want to start, Garry?
Yeah,
you go.
Go ahead and start.
I'll fill in.
Well, just to catch everybody up who may not be familiar with Big 33, it is the premier high school football all-star game in the country. And this will be the 69th game. Mm. And it's always been played here in Pennsylvania. And over the years, it has been a competitive game against a team from Texas, a team of All-Americans, actually an East-West game at one time, and Maryland, Ohio, and now we are in the second cycle with Maryland, and this probably Nicole and I we can never remember this one.
I think it's our 14th.
14th year back with Maryland again, and it's a really great relationship. Especially since the game is here in central Pennsylvania and very adjacent to a lot of the state of Maryland. So it makes for a very smooth transition for Maryland people.
Yeah, families can come up. And
very close by. It's sometimes referred to as the Super Bowl of high school football. And what's significant about that is that there's never been a Super Bowl without a Big 33 player in it.
Yeah.
And we're very, very fortunate. This past year, we had a player who made the Big 33, kept the Big 33 streak going, and was in the Super Bowl. But there's been such great alumni. The list is enormous, and
the amount of talent that's come out of the Big 33 on the collegiate and pro level is astounding.
It's awesome. Just amazing when you go back to some of the greats that were in the game. You know, your Joe Montana's, your Jim Kelly's. As we move further in time and talking quarterback wise, we've had Ben Roethlisberger was a recent player in the game. Shouldn't say recent because he's a lot older. Yeah,
it feels recent.
Yeah. You know, all the way up until some more recent guys that played in the game. Mm-hmm. You know, Rivas and actually the young man that was that got hurt during the NFL game for the Buffalo Bills.
Damar Hamlin.
Hamlin was a Big 33 alum. You know, many greats that went to Penn State and a lot of colleges throughout the country share their alumni. Being part of the alumni Big 33. Also, we are sometimes referred to as more than just a game. These are some monikers, and we have a lot of impact groups that have been part of the Big 33, and I should say a big part of the Big 33. And Nicole will give some great detail about some of those groups. But you know, recently we've added Girls Flag here in Pennsylvania. The PIAA, which is the governing body here in Pennsylvania, has decided to bring Girls Flag.
That's getting bigger in the
very,
just
very
kids in general playing flag football.
Well, really the NFL has created a large push, and with that, nationally and worldwide, there's a tremendous push on girls flag. And if a lot of people are not aware, there will be flag football in the next Olympics.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
So very, very talented people. We are fortunate. We're in our third year of our girls flag tournament that we've added to the Big 33.
That takes place the same weekend?
Yes.
Does.
Cool.
Yes. We have some super athletes that have played in that. And we're excited about that. We have a partnership with the Steelers and the Eagles and the Commanders and the Ravens. And each of them have an area-wide all-star team that they bring in. We play a round-robin tournament, and we play that championship game just prior to the Big 33
That's
game.
fun.
We have other things that are involved in the game. We have a tremendous buddy program. And I'll let Nicole expound about that. It's something that is very, very near and dear to all of our hearts and a huge part of the Big 33. We have host families, just many events that go on that go with the
you've found a way to make it more than just a football game. You're trying to do some community outreach and just bring a larger participation base into it. So it's not just like, okay, well, these are just only the all-star high school football players. You're bringing it into you're rooting it more into the community.
Yes, and this year, every year we have an honorary chair, sometimes multiple honorary chair, and a lot of people will be familiar with the honorary chairman this year, who is Louis Riddick. Louis played in the game, played in the NFL, and now he's a very prominent ESPN analyst. Was on the panels for the draft shows, and we're excited to have him back, and he's excited to be back here. And he'll do a great job with all of the kids and talking to them. We have some great sponsors. An event like ours couldn't take place without the sponsors that we have. Last several years, we've had Renewal by Anderson being the name sponsor. Linda Johnson and her staff have done a great job with helping us promote. UPMC is a very large sponsor of the National Guard, Army National Guard. We just many more, and I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, and we'll let Nicole follow up on that. But we're very, very gracious to the people here in the Central PA region and throughout the state, and particularly those people at Cumberland Valley High School, where we've had and hosted the game for the last 3 years.
This is our third.
So it's a great venue for it.
Yes,
Easy access.
I know. What's funny is we took a little bit of criticism several years ago when we pulled it from Hershey Stadium. That had always been a destination spot for a lot of people coming to the game. The game itself has morphed for different reasons, and we've had to adjust. And one of the things that we felt was important was to get it into a smaller venue, and it's worked very well for us because the game now really has the feel of a big time rivalry high school football game. The stands are full. You don't have empty seats in a big venue that aren't filled. We get about anywhere from 8,000 to 10,000 people that'll show. We have a tremendous TV coverage and streaming that goes on with the event. But we're really happy to be at the site of the state football championships, Cumberland Valley, and they do a wonderful job with it. So that's an overview, and we have many more things, and I'll let Nicole expound on that. She's really good at that.
Thanks, Garry.
You're welcome.
So when we talk about it being more than a game, we do have our buddy program, which has been around since 1985.
Oh, wow.
So we pair individuals with special needs with our Big 33 players and cheerleaders. They get together on Saturday, and the game is on Sunday. So they have a day to, hang out, get to know each other, just really have valuable time together to form a really nice, meaningful relationship. And then on Sunday, for game day, the player buddies are introduced with our players on the field. So they get, their moment to shine in front of everyone. And our cheer buddies, they get to cheer in the halftime routine with our
nice.
cheerleaders. So
are they on the sideline with them too?
They're on the sideline during one of the quarters.
That's awesome.
And then they're on the halftime show. So yeah, they look forward, these kids look forward to it all year
both
long.
both states participate?
So we have mostly buddies from Pennsylvania. Yeah, because of proximity and because it's a multiple day event. So it makes it a little easier. But we have over 100 buddies this year that are going to join us. So we say that's the heart of the Big 33. That's why we're here. That's for some people, that's their why. That's, to give back and, just again, create this atmosphere for inclusion and all of that. But we also, all year round, we have programs for our buddies. We were able to expand on that Big 33 Buddy program, and we do something in the fall at Sports Emporium. We have bowling in the winter, and then we have a dance in the spring.
Oh, that's fun.
And then the Big 33 in May. So, we're really trying to grow the program and, get more people involved in that because it's so meaningful for everyone, for the players, for the cheerleaders, for the buddies and their families. We also have host families who our players will stay with local families while they're here. So, these are really wonderful, gracious families who open their homes, buy lots of food for these boys.
Yeah. It's a lot of people to feed, a lot of mouths to feed.
Some of these 300-pound guys, right? But the best part about that is that, again, you make these wonderful, meaningful connections that last a lifetime. And I can say from experience, my family has hosted players. This is our 8th year.
Oh, wow.
And all these boys are part of our family. And, we follow them. We go to their college games. We just want the best for them, but it's really nice to.
Yeah, I'm sure this is getting off track a little too, but I'm sure that there is a ongoing connection with these people. Like, I mean, some probably are hard to keep in touch with everybody that's ever been involved with Big 33, but going forward, like you said, through college or just through if they make their professional careers into it, like there becomes sort of this bond with players from each class of Big 33 each year.
Yeah, it is really cool. I think one of the best things about the Big 33 is that, we have this platform of football, but we're really bringing so many people into it in the community and making so many connections that you never would have had if we never had this game. So, just adding a lot of value to people's lives and just being able to give back and to, I just think that's so important just as humans,
right?
Just from the human element of it. And then another thing that we do, especially with our game this weekend, we have a really special military and veteran tribute and appreciation. If you're in the military or a veteran, you can get a free ticket to come into the game. And we will have we have the Rear Admiral coming from the Navy. We have the Brigadier General coming from the Army. We have the Navy Ceremonial Guard team doing a show at halftime, along with our cheerleaders. We actually have the U.S. Navy, and we're hoping the weather cooperates. We have the U.S. Navy Leapfrogs parachute team.
Okay,
they're going to be bringing in the game ball. So
they're gonna parachute in.
They're gonna jump it in.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it should be really cool. We also have we're gonna have a special moment there. One of our former Big 33 alumni, he played in the game in 1958. His name is, he was a captain in the Army, David Rodman. And we have another program called our Legends program. He's going to be one of our legends this year. But he played in the game in 58, went to college, had a career in college, playing career in college, went to law school, volunteered to go into the military during Vietnam. So he was a captain in the Army. He ended up making the ultimate sacrifice for us. He lost his life in Vietnam while saving somebody else. He was on a helicopter. They went down to go save somebody who was in trouble. He grabbed the guy, came, back to his helicopter and actually shielded the guy, and he took the bullet for him. His family's going to be here. And so we're so excited. His wife and his daughters were very young. They were 2 and 4 when he passed, but they're going to be at the game. We're going to we're gonna dedicate the game to him.
Nice.
And it should be just a really nice tribute for that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and that actually was a reach out from that family, who the daughter, who Nicole mentioned, was writing a book about her father, and he spoke so highly of the Big 33 that she reached out to us, and we just thought this was great because 58 actually was the first actual game. 57 was the first year of Big 33, and it was a paper team. So 58 was the first actual game, and this game meant so much to her father, you know, as he talked about it, you know, in his early years of life, that you know, she felt that it was important to put that into her book.
Made enough of an impact.
Oh
that-
yes,
Yeah.
it just
How many years later now?
Yeah.
Right?
You know, it's
Yeah.
come full
Yeah.
circle.
and they're
has.
coming from the Carolinas, right?
They are.
Yeah, up to partake in the weekend, and you know, we're so looking forward to meeting them and sharing all the events with them. It'll be a good time.
That'll be special.
It will.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool. Now, extending past, you know, the community outreach and the nonprofits and everything, not nonprofits, but the buddies program and all of the special kind of honors and stuff that you have for the event. Let's talk about just, you know, logistics of this too. So I know there's a lot that goes into people come, they get a ticket, they see the game. They might not realize, like, man, we started working on this probably the day after last year.
Yes.
For this year.
Accurate.
So let's kind of just, you don't need to go into the whole year's planning, but like what's kind of the steps to getting to this point? I know we're probably in the heat of not panic, but like this is crunch time.
Yes.
Well, let me just mention, piggyback on something.
Yeah,
you
go for
said.
it.
We've already started talking a little bit about next year's game, it being the 70th.
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not even finished with this game.
It never stops.
And so
Right.
Nicole will tell you that literally we do start, you know, immediately.
We have on our
following.
whiteboard
Yes.
70th game ideas.
Yes.
You have to.
Yes.
Right.
You have to.
Yes.
And Nicole, being in her position, you know, she's the chief operating officer and the CFO of Big 33. She's hands-on with everything, and you know, some of the things she's going to tell you about all the events and the events planning. It's mind-boggling.
One, some of
The
these things you have
the
to
juggling
book
that goes on.
more than a
Oh,
year
yeah.
out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we so our players are selected in the end of January. The
Okay.
Pennsylvania players are selected.
Kind of after
And-
the season winds down,
Exactly.
holidays are over.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, because they're nominated by their coaches, and then the Coaches Association selects the Pennsylvania players. The Maryland players do it a little bit differently. They have a tryout. So January, Pennsylvania selected. February, Maryland is selected, and the cheerleaders. And then in March is when we plan and do our announcing of the teams. We have a really nice event at the Capitol just to recognize the Pennsylvania team and the cheerleaders, and you know, kind of give them that, like, wow, this is a really big deal. You know, this is a grand event that I'm a part of. And then, you know, there's practices in April and May for the teams. When that all leads up to, where we are right now, it is crunch time. And the players come in on Wednesday. So Wednesday evening, we will go to Appalachian Harley-Davidson. They always have a really nice welcome picnic for us.
Oh, nice.
Which is pretty cool. And then the players get to go sit on the Harleys and, you know, get some really neat photos. And
We'll have some Harleys at the game too on Sunday. We bring in our VIPs and our Pennsylvania high school coaches, Hall of Famers at halftime on Harley.
One Harleys.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know. We try to make everything fun.
You can't, who turns that down?
Yeah.
Right? I know, right? Yeah, so that's Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday are practices. We have a couple special events. We go to Sports Emporium with the players and cheerleaders on Thursday, just to, you know, have some fun bonding time with everyone in the host families. families. Saturday's our buddy day. So that's our, special day where all the buddies come in, meet the cheerleaders and players. We also start our girls flag tournament. Starts on Saturday. So they have 2 rounds of games Saturday morning. Those will be at Mountain View Middle School.
Okay.
Everything else is at Cumberland Valley High School on that campus. And then that evening, we do a recognition ceremony at the Performing Arts Center at Cumberland Valley. So that recognizes, again, the girls flag athletes, the football players, the cheerleaders, host families, sponsors, buddies, everyone, who makes the Big 33 happen is a part of that event that evening. And then on game day, and this is the full day, game day, we will start on Sunday, May 24th at 11:30 is the first girls flag game that we're playing on Chapman Field, round 3 of the tournament. 12:45 is another round 3 game. 3:00 is the girls flag football championship game. And then from 3 to 6 p.m. we have a fan fest, which is a community event with inflatables and food trucks and Army climbing wall, a DJ, all the other fun things like a tailgate before the game. And then kickoff is at 6:30 for the game. Pre-game ceremonies start around 5:45. So that's when the players get announced, the ball comes in, all that fun stuff. So we encourage people to get into the stadium, around that time so you can see all the pre-game stuff.
Nice.
And then we rest.
Yeah. And you say you start at 11:30 on Sunday morning, but you guys really probably start early in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Getting it all ready.
Yeah. We see the start at 11:30, gates open, but really you guys are probably up at
Well, essentially our Big 33 week has started this past weekend.
Yeah.
We had an event Saturday for our statewide East-West football games, which were held yesterday, 2 games that ended up being very, very, very competitive and very exciting.
That's just Pennsylvania.
Yeah, this is Pennsylvania. But it's part of all of our jobs with the Big 33 and the PSFCA. And we also had a cheer camp clinic yesterday while the games were going on. Had a lot of young ladies come, and our cheerleaders put in a lot of work as well. We typically, with the football teams, we have about 8 to 10 practices. And the cheerleading teams are very comparable. They'll get together and they'll practice to do their performance at halftime, and that kind of kicks the weekend off. We've already actually, when we had our Pennsylvania team in, we had a youth clinic in April for the local kids, and the Big 33 players participated in that while they were here with their practices. And it goes. It just keeps rolling, and each one of these events that Nicole had mentioned takes a lot of planning, because again, it's our responsibility as the keepers of the game right now to make sure that any event that is associated with our logo and our branding is done with first class. That's what we try to do. We try to put on the best event that we possibly can for the players, the athletes, because they deserve it. They deserve it. The buddies and everybody,
and just the wider community in general.
Yes, it's so very, very important. So when we do get sponsors who really want to participate and be involved with Big 33, it's such a relief to us that we have their support, and it allows us to put on these very, very fine events. And it's exciting, even though it's a lot of hard work. And Nicole and the staff will tell you, it's with a lot of passion, and to be honest, many of the people who are working right now have been there for a long time. Nicole's been doing Big 33 since she was a young girl. Her father is on our staff, and his involvement with Big 33, this is his 41st year. As an ops guy, as a team guy. He was a high school football coach, so there's a lot of history in the game, but there's a lot of history in the people behind the scenes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you probably, if you get to talking to everyone that's involved with it, either had deep roots in football, and that's what they do. They're passionate about football, and not just the sport, but like if anyone's played or been involved with any sport for much of or a large part of their life, it's more than just the game. Like you have there's a community behind it, and like there's just a passion involved with it.
What's really neat for me, I'm a Western PA guy, and I come out here to work, but I always got the logo, I always got the brand on, and it never fails. When I'm out somewhere, somebody will say, "Hey, Big 33," and it kind of draws your conversation a little bit, but they weren't involved maybe as a player. Well, my daughter was a cheerleader, my niece was a buddy, or I was a player. My son was a player at one time.
Well, you have 69 years of it.
Yes, and it's
year by
just
year,
absolutely amazing that how it's ingrained in our state, and our hopes is to try to keep it going. It's been very, very difficult for us with the NCAA has placed a lot of different guidelines on the players.
Yeah,
and even though it's more than just a game, as you mentioned, Nicole mentioned, the focal point is ending up being the football event, and with players going to colleges early enrolling, and
they're signing.
Yeah, we've had to readjust. A lot of people remember that years and years of Big 33, it always kicked off in July, right?
It did, the end of July.
July was the date it kind of started the new football season. We had great players that were playing in the game. And then the NCAA kind of changed their eligibility rules for colleges, and it moved the game now to the beginning of the summer. And then we even had to change it from the beginning of the summer when players started to early enroll.
Yeah.
So now we brought the game into the high school year by being in the Memorial Day, where at least 5-star athletes who can't participate, or the 4 stars who don't early enroll, we have a shot at those players.
Right.
And it's important to us that we, try to keep our streak going, the best we can with the Super Bowl. We do have 4 players that are picked. We decided a few years back to, maybe help us with, some of these players that leave early. We do 4 honorary players who couldn't play in the game because they early enrolled, and we're bringing back 4 this year.
Oh, nice.
And we have some both from PA and Maryland, I believe. Maryland's doing
There's one from Maryland.
Yes, who, and again, they're going to be considered part of the team, even though they can't play or be involved. But we're fighting to keep our streak going.
Yeah. Well, and I get why the NCAA is doing it, but also it does kind of, I'll say it so that way you guys don't have to say it, but it stinks because really you're just trying to get them involved in a game. Right. And I understand the reasons why.
Right.
But it's not like you're handing them, like loads of cash or giving them cars like you see a lot of these kids getting now. Right. It's like, we're just trying to do something for the players in the community. But I get it, rules are rules, and you just gotta learn to bend and swerve around and get and navigate your way through.
That's the word. Nicole hit it best there. Being creative,
and it'll never end because there'll be another thing probably in the next couple years.
Yes.
You just have to sit back in a room, a meeting, and go, all right, how are we gonna get creative and make this work?
Yes. We're becoming very good problem solvers.
And I'll tell you, football has changed for these youth players, and I'm sure you guys see it every day. Like, it's just becoming more and more of, it's a business, and it kind of stinks because I think it does take away from that. We don't need to get into that, though.
No, you're right, but the loyalty and that aspect of it is changing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's,
It'll change again.
Right.
It'll never be the same. And in another generation, they'll be complaining about some new change. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It'll always change.
You know what? You mentioned change. One thing that we try to do with our All-Star games is to really be on the cutting edge of technology. And a lot of the trends that are going on in football. And again, I think it's important for us to be able to. We are not sanctioned by the governing body, the PIAA. We can do some things with our games that aren't typically allowed when you go to a high school football game on a Friday night. So just this past weekend, we had the ability to do challenges by the coaches, and it was the first games that were ever here in Pennsylvania that these happened in, and we're going to do that in the Big 33.
That's cool.
Yeah.
3 game.
It was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah,
I was hoping that they would start throwing their
And like the
flags.
video, you'll have like the video technology for it.
Yes.
Well, and
We
I mean,
have
you
it.
have just
Yes.
you can't cover every high school football game on a
Yes.
Friday night
And-
with
and
that amount of media.
That's one of the things that we are proving can be done. And you don't have to have a tremendous budget at a high school. We look at our state championship games right now, and a lot of times these games are decided by calls, and I'm not saying anything against officials. They're decided by calls that when you look at the film, that could have created an entire change in the game. So we have invited the PIAA to our Big 33 game because of the technology that we're using, and
to kind of have them watch.
Exactly. See that it can be done.
Yeah.
Another thing that we are doing that has not been done in Pennsylvania, and it'll be the first time this week, we're going to coach the player in the helmet.
Oh, that's
Play
neat.
calling.
It's like they're gonna have the same.
You know how they talk about the green dot in the
Yeah.
NFL? We're doing that at
That's awesome.
high school. Yeah. We're partners with Coach Com
And Sky Coach.
and
is
Sky
who's
Coach
doing
is who is doing
official replay.
the officials replay. And
That's like
again, the technology is fantastic, and it can be done at our level. And we just want to be able to show that off. We try to do cutting edge kind of things with uniforms and everything else.
There's
that we
always
possibly
fun.
can. Yeah.
I love in the collegiate level and even on the high school level now. You're starting to see it a little bit, but I love some of like their third uniforms and just when teams mix it up, and some schools I wish they just stuck with the classics, but it is cool each year to see what you guys come out with uniforms.
Well, again, you have many companies now. For example, you got a company now that you can change the look of your helmet during the season by putting a certain type of covering on it that you can use maybe once or twice a year. I mean, you could go from having a black helmet all year long and then special game, take these coverings and put them on. It'll have your logos like you want them, and it could be a chrome helmet all of a sudden.
Well, and you don't have to buy a whole
and it doesn't cost
arsenal
an
of helmets.
absorbent amount of money, and it's not damaging the helmet. I mean,
It's still safe.
yeah,
Like,
it's a complete different look for a special event, and there's just so much stuff out.
We're not doing that yet.
No, we're not. We're not going to do that.
Rydell's doing our helmets.
Yes,
But if they want to do like October, it's a big month for breast cancer awareness. If a
Exactly.
team wants to do a special thing,
Exactly.
especially for a high school, like
Exactly.
buying a whole team's worth of
Exactly.
helmets, it's not cheap, so they can
yes.
do these types of things.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Nice.
And again, we got great groups like Nicole just mentioned. Riddell, supplies the helmets for the players and gives them the opportunity to buy the helmet and take the helmet home with them. And, just a lot of neat things. So, we're excited to kick things off.
I'm excited to watch another year of it. I've seen it on TV plenty of times or streaming it.
Mention about the coverage.
Yeah. So if you can't get a ticket, say someone, we're going camping or we're going away this weekend, but you can still stream it, I'm assuming, and watch it. So how can people find the game online or on TV?
Yeah, go to our website, big33.org, and we will have our whole television network on there.
The whole lineup.
It's too big to even go through the list.
It's a lot of coverage.
There is
Yeah.
all throughout the states of Pennsylvania, Maryland. It's streamed nationwide. All the surrounding states have live stations that are covering it, and then there are some that will be a delayed coverage, and then again the streaming will be
Nice.
there. So just go to our website, big33.org.
You'll find it.
Yeah, I mean, just alone with our TV outreach, we believe that our company says we could get at least 60 million homes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
It's a holiday weekend.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Watch some football.
That's right.
Spring football.
Yeah, who doesn't want football in
Hold
May?
you over for a little bit till college football kicks
Right.
off. Now, the other thing I wanted to touch on real quick is and this is a little bit off course from what we were talking about, but it is cool that we have it in this area, the Big 33, just in general, because, if you follow football, a lot of people think of, Texas, the South, the southern states, as big football regions, but like Pennsylvania, Ohio, Maryland, like there's a lot. If you just look at the list of collegiate players at these schools and even pro athletes, there are a large number of kids from this area, like that, pretty much PA and the surrounding states, if they border PA. Like there's a lot of kids coming out of these areas now and surrounding states doing awesome in the pro level and in the college level. So it's really cool that we have this in our region. As you said, it's the only one of this level in the country, and people shouldn't take it for granted, if you are a football fan in Pennsylvania, that we have just such skilled high school level football players.
Well, we're very well respected. Pennsylvania is very well respected in the country. Years ago, we might have been the most respected state in the union in terms of high school football. Obviously,
it's a big deal.
Yeah, Texas is kind of taking that moniker on now, but the people down in Texas know all about Pennsylvania. Your other big states, obviously, are California and Florida, Georgia, and Ohio. But yes, we put a great product out. And I say we, all of the high school,
all the coaches and
the
high school
coaches
programs
that are here in the state, and obviously, I do not want to slight the talent that comes out of Maryland as well.
Yeah, there's been some big names of
they've
recent
got some great kids come out of that program, and again, some of our representatives in the most recent Super Bowl have been some of our alumni from Maryland already. So yeah, it's. I think Central PA should be very, very proud that the game is here. Pennsylvania is very proud as a whole to have the game, but particularly out here in this area, it's a big event.
Gary, aren't there typically, coaches have to nominate players for the Big 33 and East-West games, and I believe there's around 600 or some nominations.
Yeah,
to narrow down to the 40-person roster for Big 33, and then 35 or 36-person roster for each of those games. So. And these are the best kids who are nominated. It's just not even all the players.
Right. There's plenty of talent that is fantastic that unfortunately you have to make that hard cut on. Not for maybe lack of talent. It's just, hey, we can only field so many kids.
Right.
And it's not that they're not good football players.
For example, again, I'm going to mention the games that we had this weekend, the East-West games. I mean, these are the next best kids, and technically, I don't even mean next best. At any given time, one of these kids could have been bumped up to the Big 33, and that's typically the route that we take when the initial team is selected. If a kid can't play, the bump up system works through the process of vetting that we have to select players, and there's so much talent out there.
Well, and I'm sure the margin.
Yes.
When you say East-West is like the next best level, it's like you said, it's not a slight. The margin of talent difference on some of those kids, you're probably like, oh man, like it's tough to choose.
We saw some great kids play this week, and we've had, in the East-West games, those games now are in their 26th year.
Okay.
That we've had those, and
what's the dividing line for East-West?
It's different from the PIAA dividing line. We go more district.
Okay.
Our state districts. There's 12 districts in Pennsylvania. We kind of are a little bit different. We go further east. If you're looking at the map from left to right, we go further east with our line, mainly because there's more schools in the eastern half of Pennsylvania.
It'd be unfairly divided.
Yes, and again, there's more larger schools on the eastern side, and there's a lot more smaller schools on the western side. So we've moved it over a little bit, and we're a little different from the PIAA state playoffs, but right around Central PA is the general east-west divide.
You use the Susquehanna River.
Yeah,
Roughly.
the
West Shore
Susquehanna,
is
yes.
west,
Yep.
East Shore is east.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we use that model, and again, it's just so hard to pick these great players, and then you are juggling a little bit when a kid early enrolls that you've lost that kid. But again, so many more can fill the shoes, and it's an exciting time. It's a very very daunting process the way we do it here. And Nicole mentioned coaches have to nominate. All the nominations come in by December 31st, midnight. Boom, it's done. That's when the selection process begins. We have a coach who categorizes all of the nominees, and again, we had close to 700 this year. And you may have, I'll just use the quarterback position, you may have 45, 50 quarterbacks that were nominated by their coaches. And so,
a lot of film.
Right. We have individual committees, and each individual committee member has to watch every one of the quarterbacks. And then they give their evaluation from quarterback number 1 to quarterback number 45. And then they submit it. We use a numerical value to come up with our higher end kids. And then the process still isn't finished. We have a weekend where we go to Penn State. We meet in the football offices up at Penn State. And we will break off into committees again to narrow down to the, top 2, for example, top 2 quarterbacks. And once the top 2 are selected, if the number 3 quarterback is, say from the east side of the state, he would be the number 1 quarterback on the big school East-West team. So that's the way we kind of work that down the list. And if somebody bumps out ahead of them, they move up. And then we make our announcement, and and it's been pretty good this year when we select players. We've asked the coaches if they know that their player is definitely going to enroll early. We've asked the coaches really not to submit them as nominees, because it's kind of just wasting everybody's time.
Right, you do all that work, and
we know that they're going to be gone. So that has helped us in the respect, once the team is picked, it seems like we've had very few kids dropping out for whatever reason. We've had a handful each
I'm sure,
year.
yeah, it happens, but
Yep, maybe they had surgery, maybe their families don't want them to play. It could be a lot of reasons, but the number of players who turn it down have really diminished with this vetting process that we have.
Nice.
And again, it makes for a very nice team that we select each year. And Nicole mentioned earlier, Maryland's a much smaller state. They obviously do it a little bit different.
Yeah.
They take their top players and have an invite tryout, and that's how they select their team.
Yeah, and it's nice you leave
And it
up
works
to
for
the
them.
state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It obviously works for them. They put a little bit of a butt kicking on the PA team last year, so
Hey,
be an exciting game this year.
keeps it fair. It keeps it interesting.
Yeah, you got to keep it a rivalry, right?
Now they'll be out for some vengeance, though.
Well, it was really good. I mean, again, I'm the executive director of both the Big 33 and the PA Coaches Association, so I got to wear this PA coach's hat sometimes.
Right, but then you
But then I'm the executive director, and I say, we got to get Maryland. Maryland's got to win some football games, and they did it. It's been really, really good.
Well, yeah, and it helps you guys put a good product out on the field as far as entertainment when like it's a every
Yes.
it's a you never know who's going to win. You don't want Pennsylvania to win every year too, because what fun is that?
Well, I kind of do.
Well,
but
but when you put your Big 33 hat on,
Big 33 hat, it's important that it's a competitive game, and it's not always one-sided.
Yeah.
And Nicole has been the in charge of the Maryland team now as many years as you've hosted. Most of our players she's hosted were all Maryland
Oh wow.
players, and she has a really good relationship with the people down there that do the administrative work and selecting and communicating with us. And you know, it was really good for them to win.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not that it's even been that one-sided. The games over the last 7 or 8 years, some of them have been really competitive and close. Yeah. So it again, we're looking for a good game, but you know, we'll see what happens.
It's all good. Let's kind of wrap up here and put a bow on it. Really, just you guys have a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put into this every year, years and years on end. Actually, it almost sounds like you didn't even have a choice. Like you're like, I'm gonna just be involved in football because if your dad was doing it, and
you get sucked in.
Yeah,
I said there's just so much good that this organization does. It's like, oh, I love the Big 33.
Yeah. But it's not like it was bad.
No.
You seem like you're enjoying it.
Love it.
And people can still get tickets, right?
Yes.
It's not sold out.
It is not sold out. Yeah, you can get tickets now. You can get tickets at the gate.
At the gate. Tickets are, what are tickets?
Tickets are $20 for reserve seats,
Okay.
which are the closest to 50-yard line, and $15 for general admission.
So if someone's looking for something to do on Memorial Day weekend, it's nice.
And those are for
Hopefully it's
all
nice
the games that day.
Oh,
so
you
can get one ticket,
gates
and
open.
you get to see all the girls' flag and the Big 33 game.
Nice. And the pregame festivities,
everything.
And the Fan Fest, which is actually outside the stadium. You can come in and watch the flag game and then go outside to the Fan Fest and come
Kinda
back into the game. We put armband on you.
You'll get a
Nice.
bracelet.
I see, this is a side note, but I see other colleges starting to do that now, where like fan zones. So they have like they're making their own tailgates. So I'm a big Oklahoma Sooners fan. They have this huge, it's called a party at the Palace.
Nice.
And they block off this huge couple block area, and like they do that, and it's just like, hey, come and go as fans and whatever. So it's cool that you guys are doing that now on this level for families.
Yeah.
And it's not, that's a very affordable event for the weekend for family to go to. You're not paying a couple $100s to go see some good football.
Right. And parking is free.
There you go.
You don't have to pay for that.
It sounds like, it's, if it's good weather, knock on wood, we're going to have a good weekend for it.
Yes.
It will be.
Yes.
Don't look at your extended forecast, not right now, because but it's not going to rain on Sunday.
Yeah. Well,
Garry says that every year. And
have to be careful because we had a meteorologist on our show.
Yeah.
But I don't put a lot of faith in it past like 2 or 3 days out.
Yeah, it's
forecast.
good.
It'll be good.
Well, if you're a meteorologist, make sure that Sunday's a good day.
I'm not a meteorologist.
Well, okay.
I had one on the show.
Let's have one on here.
We'll ask them for good weather. Yeah.
Right.
But no, I appreciate you guys coming on. Again, people can find out all the information at big33.org.
Right.
TVs, ticketing. Can you buy tickets online?
You can. There's a link on our website.
So if someone wants to come prepared, they can have everything ready to go.
Yep.
And I appreciate you guys coming on and sharing a little bit about the history of the Big 33, what goes into the Big 33, and I'm just excited for you guys this weekend.
Yeah, we appreciate it, and we just want to say, we appreciate the support that Verber's given us this year as well.
Absolutely.
So that is much appreciated. It takes a village. So.
Yeah, and we love football games over there, so we always try to do some events. And no, it's an exciting week for you guys.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. If you're interested in becoming a guest on the Lead Lamp podcast, or you need some help with some digital marketing services, make sure you give us a shout.